NFL kickers. They're kind of like surgeons, where it's this thankless job that nobody really thinks about because you're expected to do it right 100% of the time. But if you mess it up, your name goes down in history forever. Like if you mention the name Cody Parkey in Chicago, people are going to look at you like you just talked about Dr. Death. Yeah, I know, I just compared like accomplished surgeons who spent years and years in medical school to people who basically never skipped leg day.
Please don't yell.
But there's something about NFL kickers that fascinate me, right? So I'm watching Sunday Night Football, and Mason Crosby, the Green Bay Packers kicker, wins the game with a field goal. He's doing a post-game interview after, and I'm like, man, he looks kind of old. Like, how old is he? 37. Completely gray. Looks like the Trivago guy that, by the way, is 47. Then I realized a ton of kickers look old, right? Adam Vinatieri, RIP, not dead, just retired. Phil Dawson, looks like he should be at a Leonard Skinner concert, not kicking field goals. And Dan Carlson, he's only 26 and he looks like a spud from Clint Eastwood. Like, I think we all know that the most infamous job that'll age you is the presidency. I mean, look at the before and after pictures of Abraham Lincoln, Barack Obama, Gerald Ford. But kicking a field goal isn't like holding the nuclear code, so what's aging these kickers like cottage cheese in Florida? So let's examine this. Let's start with Robbie Gould, kicker for the San Francisco 49ers. All right, here he is, rookie picture, little baby man. Fast forward 16 years and he looks like the principal from Even Stevens. Wait a minute, that is not the principal. Who did Tom Virtue play? Okay, the dad. He looks like the dad from Even Stevens. There's some trivia for you. I think he played the principal in Max Keeble's Big Move.
What a waste of a perfectly good chili.
Greg Zuerlein, kicker for the Dallas Cowboys now. His rookie picture, look at all that hair on his head. He looks like an extra from the Disney movie Brink. Fast forward now, no hair. It's gone. And he's a millionaire. I mean, so like he can afford a new rug. But let's talk about another bald man. Matt Bryant, kicker for the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I'll admit his rookie picture looks like he hung out at the Salty Spittoon a little bit. And if you look at him now, you might wonder where he was January 6th. Obviously the biggest factor in these guys aging is time, right? But look at other NFL players in other positions, you know what I mean? They're not aging like that because obviously when you have a ton of money, you're less stressed, you can afford more care, things like that. These kickers are just aging like dogs, you know what I mean? Like look at Tom Brady, time against time, that's what that's about, right? Because he looks younger now than he did before. Now the most handsome kicker of all time is Josh Scobie. And I'm not saying these other kickers are ugly. I'm just saying they got older. And I don't think their position is really all that stressful. Like, is it the lack of pickup lines? Because you really you only have two, right? You're like, look, I can split uprights, but I can also, or I can drill field goals on Sundays. I can also drill. I think it's just kind of those two though. Unless you're Justin Tucker. Just because of your last name, you get a few more like built in there. Look, there's just one basic conclusion from this whole thing, right? I mean, we're looking at all these kickers who are just aging like milk, bro. All right? So clearly, being the president of the United States or being a surgeon is much easier than being an NFL kicker. And that's all there is on that.
Keep it rolling, another teardrop, but I know just how to let them go and feed the ocean. It's plenty more to gather when you know just how to let them roll.
Now, I just want to clarify, we're not body shaming. We're not saying these guys look ugly. There's nothing ugly about being old. It's just that these guys are probably collecting their NFL checks and their Social Security at the same time, or at least that's how they look.